Well, now we're going to consider comparing sets of data, and we start off by looking at transformations of data. And specifically in this first example, we're looking at a transformation using addition, and of course the inverse of addition is subtraction. And in fact, in the one that we're going to look at, does it actually involve subtraction. So we're asked to find the mean, median, mode, range, and standard deviation after adding -4, or you could say subtracting 4, to each value. Now, we don't have a lot of data in this data set. There's only 12 pieces of data, and you could just start subtracting 4 from each one, but I'm going to show you how to do it a little bit simpler on a calculator. Where I can subtract 4 from each piece of data all at one time, as well as looking at the mean, median, mode, range, and standard deviation after this transformation. Now, when we're transforming just using addition / subtraction, the mean, median, mode are going to change based upon that transformation. But our range and our standard deviation is going to stay the same. So let's go ahead. We got this data. We're going to go use our calculator, and we're going to do this transformation and then do a little analysis of it. All right, well, here I am on my calculator, and we're going to do a transformation of the data that we were given. And let me get over here to where this data was. So I'm going to go into my list, and I'm going to hit edit. And I'm going to clear out what's in L1. So I'll go to L1, hit clear. And I'm going to first enter the data as it's given to me. So I got 27, 41, 15, 36, 26, 40, 53, 38, 37, 24, 45, and 26. All right, 12 pieces of data. Now I'm going to go over here to L2, and I'm going to ask it to transform it or subtract 4 from each piece of data. So I've got the L2 highlighted, and I'm going to then hit second 1, which is L1, you see in blue, L1, and then I want -4, and I'm going to hit enter. And you can see that it automatically filled in my L2. It took L1 and -4. 27 minus 4 is 23. 41 minus 4 is 37, and so on and so forth. Now, before I go over and look at and go use our one variable statistics to look at my mean, median, mode, my mean, median, my range, and my standard deviation, I'm going to do one other thing, because to calculate the mode, that's the number that appears most often, and we can have 1 or more than 1, or we can have 0 mode. And so I'm going to go in here to stat, and I'm going to ask it to sort the data in ascending order. I'm going to choose option 2. And it pops up here and says, well, what list do you want to sort? And first I'm going to say, well, let me see L1. So I'm going to hit second, L1. I'm going to close my parentheses and hit enter. And it tells me it's done. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to set it. I'm going to sort L2. I'm going to choose option 2 again. This time I'm going to hit second, L2, and close my parentheses. And it tells me, hit enter, it tells me it's done. Now I'm going to go in and look at the list. So I'll say I'm going to edit. All right, so now I'm looking here for what number appears most often. Well, let's see, and I got it in order. So there's 2 26s right there in L1. And I don't see any other number repeated. And if I look just to the right, I see that my mode, my number that is repeated the most often is 22, which of course happens to be 4 less than 26. Well, how about that? Shazam. Now let's go in and let's look at our univariate data. I'm going to hit Stat. I'm going to say Calc. I'm going to choose one variable, statistics. I might could have done two, but that's okay. So first I'm going to look at L1. So I'm going to go through here, L1. And I see that my mean is 34. My standard deviation is 10.1. I've got a minimum of 15. I've got a maximum of 53. Let's see, 53 minus 15. 13 minus 5 is 8. Take away the 1. 4 says it's 38 is my range. And my median is 36.5. Okay, well, not too bad, not too bad. And then let's go in here. This time I'm going to go back into Stat. I'm going to calculate again. I'm going to say, let me see the one variable statistic. And this time I'm going to choose L2. So I'm going to hit second 2 for L2. I'm going to look at my second list. And I see now that my median is 30. My standard deviation stayed the same, 10.1. My range, let's see, goes from 11 to 49. 1149, 49 minus 11 is 38 again. That stayed the same, but my median shifted to 32.5. Shazam.